Hey guys, and welcome to the first custom nation world builder thing I've done. Haven't done one since, well, 3 years ago was the last time I did one. Obviously you would have just seen the video, so you would have sort of should have understood what's going on. So I haven't done this in a while, and I figured I'd go back to these, because I actually quite enjoyed them. They were quite good views. I mean, some of the 4 videos I did 3 years ago, which, honestly, that quality of the video probably isn't going to be what you would expect now. It's probably quite similar to what I've done here, but obviously you would have seen here, I did it without the, because in those previous videos I'd have like the other map on, like the original, the current nation map, with all the nations on it without, but this one here is just a customs one without any factions, so I've just colored in the factions over them, which is what I'll probably be doing for all of the little custom nation things I'm doing. So yeah, obviously it's pretty standard and obvious what I'm doing with these. I'm making custom scenarios, and this video in particular is a video that is covering the Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD earlier campaign mod. Now, so obviously I'm recreating the map in EU4. Now, I will state this very clearly that if you notice me change the borders not looking right, or if you ask me to change something, I'm just not going to do it. I'm making these for fun. I'm not making these professionally. I'm not making it so so it's perfect. I really couldn't care less. I'm playing them for fun. And that is the sole purpose of these, is simply for fun, and just for and also for a time lapse as well. Now, time lapses, I will most likely be doing time lapses for every single one of these. Usually, and obviously these episodes will be uploaded, I think it's Thursday. Yeah, that's the day I said, I believe. So every Thursday you'll have a video, either a custom nation world builder or a time lapse. But it's basically, the slot is just called time lapses. So, and the custom nation sort of just come under it, really, I'd say. Obviously there'll be a separate playlist for these, and in the playlist, which you can find in the description of the video, you will find the other 4 videos I did 3 years ago. Those videos obviously aren't the best, really. I mean, they're not too different, but the quality's a little bit different, and some of the music is obviously going to be quite different. It's not going to be, I think it's like non-copyrighted music I found it from. But yeah, so for those, if it isn't clear, I've just mentioned it. So obviously we recreated the Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD map. Now the reason I chose that in particular is because, and the reason I chose custom scenarios for Turtle War in general, which I will be doing Turtle War 1, because time lapses for Turtle War is pain in the ass. The way you do it is you have to go into the Total War game, and you have to you go toggle foe, players, like if you want to do vanilla players Aztecs, screenshot the map, and then screenshot it for how many, like say 100 turns, screenshot it 100 times for a turn 100, and then you go into like photo editing, and you edit into a small box, so it's just showing the map or the mini map, and then they put that into a video. And you may have seen it before. I've done it with hot seats, with the Crusades and Britannia hot seat. I've done it with that, and obviously and it's easy to do it for hot seating because time lapses are a little bit more interesting, and obviously the hot seats go quite quickly, I would say, compared to a normal game. Like, you usually get to about turn 20 or 30 something, and that's it. But yeah, so I have used this other map. There are quite a few factions that had puppet states. Just to save time and a little bit make my job easier, I've made those puppet states into like into the owner of the faction. Like, say, because HRE had in the game had loads of puppet states in Italy, Switzerland was one of them, loads of German nations. I just put them into one faction because it's just a lot easier. Same with the Quasium Empire, Georgia as well, quite a few other nations. And yeah, so I'll show you the map. As you can see in the second when it loads, there you go. You will see this is the map that I took. I had this on my other monitor to my left, so I was looking at that as I was going. And you will see for the time lapse, it will be a let's say time lapse, but you know what I mean. It will be, you'll notice there are a few breaks in the bit when I'm typing down something and I suddenly stop. It's me checking that I've typed it in right, or I've done the border right, and you may see me going back and forth changing things because it's not looking right. And so I've done it as best I can to make sense. As you can see, the Holy Roman Empire controls all this. Now I use it with the black borders, which I'd imagine is the Holy Roman Empire borders, which I may have made a crucial mistake. Flanders, that's actually might be independent. Oh well, fuck it. So obviously I've gone around the black line and made the Holy Roman Empire borders that. Venice obviously isn't part of the hatred. Neither is the papacy or Sicily. So yeah, obviously. So I've done as best I can. You'll see that's another crucial mistake. Fuck. You will notice there will be, and now these videos will not be perfect. I cannot stress this enough. These are simply for fun, for my enjoyment personally, and just for a laugh. If I make the odd crucial mistake, it may not even be that crucial. So I'm not gonna stress myself out just to get it right. I do not care. You will notice a few horde factions. Instead of horde faction, because horde factions don't really work in this. Mariners is a horde faction that I've added as an actual nation. Same with Norway and the Mongols. I haven't bothered with the Tatar hordes because I don't really care. The Cumans are already massive anyway. So I want the Cumans to actually be a bit stronger. Because I have another small little area region here belonging to the Tartar or whatever the hell that faction's called. But yeah, this is an epilogue. If that's not already obvious, I will be doing epilogues at the end of every time lapse and the end of every custom nation builder. It's just basically standard at this rate. You will notice that I've called the factions. I haven't just called them Scotland or just England. I've actually called them the Kingdom of Scotland. I've given them the actual titles as well because I felt it made, like, you have the Caliphate and you got the Sultanate, Empire, etc., and Confederacy. And all that. Now, as you can see, the border I made at the beginning of this time, actually, you will have noticed a border set around the map. Ignore this bit. I'll talk to that in a minute. I'll talk about that in a second. But the border is just to make sure I'm in the border of the game, because in the border of Attila, Attila map, because I'm making sure it is in that border. Because if I suddenly put Norway with all this and then all this and Sweden with all that, it's just a bit weird. Because it's not the border of the map. It's that. I'm stumbling my words a bit here. I don't know what's happening. What's happening to me? Am I losing it? Probably. That's what lockdown does to you, because Britain is in lockdown. We've been in lockdown for 2 weeks, and not a lot has changed for me, really. So yeah. So yeah, I've kept within the borders. That is my main goal of this. So the borders probably aren't completely accurate. So I do apologise. Again, it's simply for fun. I'm not going into it. Now, the Mongols, I've given them all this. The reason being is because if I just left the Mongols with essentially the Mongols, the border goes back here, and so the Mongols would just have 2 regions, and they'd be very underpowered and die instantly. And it's not true, because the Mongolian Empire was bloody well massive. And you did notice me earlier checking the regions to make sure it was right, which you will see that I've done as well, because it's just, I think the border for the Mongolian border is like that, and I may have expanded a little bit more just to make the Mongolians powerful. You will notice that they are actually the 3rd great power, and they're actually the 5th great power, so I made them a lot, and they are historically stronger than the Khwarizm Empire anyway. Now, obviously, reviewing the observed cheat, obviously that's the best way to view it. That's the best way I view all my time lapses, really. Again, feel free to let me know what scenario you'd like me to do. I'm happy to do any mods in, because I'm happy to do like a Britannia one for just Britannia, which would be quite similar to what you see now, with just Britain with a few more regions. And I'm quite happy to do like a Crusades, like off the Kingdoms expansion Crusade, and the same with Americas. I also would like to make some awesome, like, bigger ones, like with like the whole Kaiserreich map or something. Which obviously for a time lapse will be a little bit different, because I'd have to I have no idea how to get this mini map out of the way. I don't know if you even can. Maybe you can't. I don't know. But obviously for that it would be a little bit different. Well, no, you'd be able to. You can fit the map in. But yeah, I'm happy to do like big world ones, like maybe a Cold War one, maybe. Now because of now I don't want to do time lapses like say World War II or something, because I'm using the expanded the expanded timeline mod, expanded bookmarks. I think it's got. I don't know what it's called. Which essentially already gives you the World War II start date. So I'd essentially be wasting my time. So well, obviously I'm not doing that. Well, we'll go through the factions again. Let me know what scenarios you would like. But I'll go through them now. Now Scotland is one faction. Now again, I'm not. All I'm going to be changing is the faction. The factions. I'm making the factions themselves and the colours and the borders they're in. I'm not going to be changing like the to make sure it's the correct like this Lord of Scotland or something, because obviously you have the Plantagenets in England. I'm not going to be changing their names to suit the historical characters or changing the correct kingdom title or whatever. I don't care. I'm not doing that. That's going to take me forever. So obviously you've got Scotland, you've got Arn, which is independent. Wales, which is independent, which is obviously called the Principality of Wales, which is apparently what it's called. Which I just made sure that was right. Then you've got England, which also holds Bordeaux, or Gascony, and this bit down here. As is historically accurate. France as well. Now, in the game, Bordeaux is a vassal of France, which obviously I've combined the vassals to make. And also Toulouse, which is down here, which is actually in a war with France in the game, when the game starts. The reason I've pretty much made them part of that, or made Toulouse part of France, is to make them stand a chance. Because France is actually a number 2 in Great Powers, and number 1 in Great Power with the Holy Roman Empire. Because it's the Holy Roman Empire. I wanted to give France a bit of chance against them as well. Same goes for England, but England and Scotland and all that is all independent apparently. Obviously England, as you can see, have quite a few more troops in them. Obviously, again, I'm not going to be changing the different banners and stuff. I, again, don't care. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Don't watch the video. Don't comment saying, oh, why haven't you done this? Or you should have done this. Or you should change this name to... I'm not going to redo the whole video just to change one chuffing faction. I don't care. Now, Spain's a bit of a mess. Well, I say a mess. It's what it is in the game. Kingdom of Aragon here. The Kingdom of Navarre. The Kingdom of Castile. Kingdom of Portugal. And down here, you also have the Marinid Sultanate, which is the Horde faction, which I added in to make a whole thing. The Almohad Caliphate as well. And that's one nation. They control that as well. And obviously the borders are a bit... As you can see, while looking at the map, you'll see that I've tried to make the borders as best as I can. You got the Hafsid Sultanate. Obviously, I'm not too sure if they're sultanates or caliphates. I've sort of just had to guess, really. But yeah. The Holy Roman Empire is obviously the biggest faction in the game. Imagine I can't actually see with the observe sheet for some reason, but oh, it doesn't matter. I imagine they're quite big. You can all imagine that. Norway's up here. Sweden as well. Oh, I showed you the great powers. I didn't actually. The Holy Roman Empire is a great power, as I said. Same with France. Mongolia is 3rd. Almohad Caliphate is a 4th, which does kind of make sense. Khwarizm Empire is 5th, and surprisingly, Poland and Hungary are the 6th and 7th, which is interesting. Then you got the Ibid Caliphate, which is Egypt. You got Sweden over here, Norway, Denmark as well. Denmark actually holds a bit of this, which is sort of Sweden, I guess. So yeah, and obviously got this time got a bit of northern Germany as well, which is cool. And you got Kingdom of Poland, which has... There was lesser Poland and there was greater Poland over here. Obviously, they're all vassals. Pomerania's a vassal, I think, and there's another ones. I think, I have no idea. Silesia were a vassal, so that I just made them into one faction, as you can see. You got the Teutonic Order up here. And you got the Kingdom of Jotvingian, which, again, one of the factions. Probably where when I did the mod preview, that's another thing. I'm doing the 1212 AD because that video has recently reached 4,000 views and is now my most viewed video, most viewed video on my channel, and is absolutely fantastic. I'm very pleased that it's done so well, and obviously it's made me want to do, and it's made me consider doing some Attila Turtle War stuff, especially focused around that mod. Obviously I've wanted to do Switzerland. I had a comment as well actually saying please do Switzerland, or someone asked me that'd be great if you could do them. So I will definitely be doing Switzerland at some point for that, and maybe do some more Attila mods. The Dark Ages mod as well, that's got 1,000 something views, or maybe nearly 2,000 now. which is quite incredible. I'm very pleased again. Now, you're watching this on Thursday, because currently it's Wednesday. Oh my god, it's rain. That's Britain for you. Lithuania over here. So yeah, this will be out on Thursday, and obviously I'm going to be recording this on Wednesday. So I hope you guys like the epilogue bit as well. I think it was quite well received. I got a comment from someone saying like the epilogue bit, and I've got another few alternative message PMs from Discord as well, saying how well other people liked it, and it's quite handy. And it's definitely something we'd do. I did actually leave in the time-lapse video for Hoi 4. That actually as well has got 360 something views. It's done really well as well, and I'm quite happy as well to see that. It's very fantastic that it's got that amount of views. I'm very pleased. So yeah, then we got the Ryzen Muron, which is a Sultanate, I think, apparently so. You got Volga, Bulgaria. Now these ones I didn't give kingdoms or confederacies for because I couldn't fit the name in, and because I wasn't exactly entirely sure what they'd be called. Now obviously it's a Sultanate, but I wasn't sure when I was writing that in. I didn't really think the Muslim faith really got up there really, but apparently it does. But yeah, this will be out on Thursday. Obviously all my videos are about Thursday. I will have another day that is on for install guides and mod previews, which will be on Sundays. I'm going to upload an install guide in the morning, and then around the evening, probably 5 PM British time, I'm going to upload the mod preview, because I want to space them out. I don't want to upload at the same time. I want to space them out for a day. And that way, on the Monday, I have a slot open for multiplayer series as well. Currently, my Divide and Conquer series got, the last episode got 50 views, and it's done really well for me, both me and Waffle's channels. We've obviously been uploading it on our channels. Like, we uploaded, I uploaded the first episode, he uploaded the second, and so on. And I quite like the way we've done it, it's all good. Then you got Volga, Bulgaria, the Human Confederacy, obviously around here. And obviously you got the Mongolian Empire over here. The Khwarezm Empire, who historically is known for getting their asses beat by the Mongolian Empire. Because I think they sent like, they cut off the messenger's hands from the Mongols or something, I think, because when the Mongols offered them, so I don't know what they offered, but the Khwarezm Empire sent the messenger's head back or something, and then the Mongols swore vengeance and then conquered all the Khwarezm Empire and killed them all, essentially, as you do. The Kingdom of Zagwe down here, the Kingdom of Kura. The borders for here are a little bit off, but it wasn't too much I could do because Arabia's it's not very clear, really, but it's the best I can do. The Kingdom of the Rasulids, the Oman Caliphate, the Uynid Caliphate, and you got the Abbasid Caliphate. The Ayyubid Caliphate. Oh yeah, feel free to let me know. I'm sorry I keep dying off. I haven't spoken on video in a while. Or I haven't like done any commentating in a little while. I've taken some time off. Since my mod preview actually for Lucium, that was the last time I did that. That was like a week ago. It wasn't that long ago, but still. You can also feel free to let me know suggestions, and it is the case that I'd probably do. I'm not going to like depend on suggestions. I'll probably do them anyway. But I will also be doing stuff for probably like because there's quite a few mods for EU4. There's the Lord of the Rings mod. There's a Elder Scrolls and Game of Thrones mod, so I can probably make some cool scenarios for that as well. There's also a Fallout mod as well. There's quite a few other ones. For the Fallout mod, I've never really played the Fallout. I think I played Fallout 4 for like a few hours, and I was like, I wasn't sure if it was my thing, to be honest, but yeah, oh well. Also, because Lucian's quite one of the most popular things on my channel, expect a few ones for them as well. I'll probably doing a Lucian Europe one as well, and a Lucian Bolivars around South America as well. I think that'd be quite well received. A lot of people obviously love Lucian, so yeah. Kingdom of Kura, the Ayyubid Caliphate, which as you can see controls quite a lot of land, bit of Arabia, and a bit of the Palestine and all that area. Looking over here, we've got the Papal States, which control Rome and a few territories. Obviously not very powerful. Venice as well, they're actually independent from the Holy Roman Empire, not part of them. And they've got, I always get his name fucked up. Okay, they've called it Creta, when they call it Crater or Creta, whatever, I don't care. I always seem to fuck that name up. I call it Crete or Crate, or I can never get it right. But I've given up, I think. Yeah, so you got Kievan Rus as well. You got the Galicia Volhynia, which I'm not pretty sure who the hell they are. But yeah, you got Kingdom of Hungary, the Kingdom of Serbia. You got the Kingdom of Bulgaria here. They had a few vassals. Wallachia was a vassal, and I put them into one faction. A lot easier. Kingdom of Sicily over here. The Empire of Epirus. So in this time period, I did get a comment on my Medieval Kingdoms video about, because I stated in that video that there wasn't any Byzantine Empire. There was. It was the Empire of Nicaea. They're the last remnants of the Byzantine Empire, and it's why I've sort of colored them in purple. Because they're the sort of the last of the Byzantines left. I think they do take out the Latin Empire at some point. I'm not too sure in the history of Greece. I'm sure many people could correct me in the comments. I have a friend that is Greek as well. So he's one of the who helps out on my Discord as well. He's an admin for another Discord, a few other Discords, I think. So he's Greek, and he knows quite a lot about the history of Greek, much more than I can. If any, my main speciality is going to be Western Europe. That's going to be my probably maybe northern this area. That's my speciality of things, and maybe Rome, perhaps. I don't know. But yeah, the Latin Empire, obviously got Epirus. Latin Empire obviously is quite large, so they're quite cool. Empire of Nicaea as well. The Sultanate of Rum as well. The Empire of Trebizond, which also controls some of Crimea in that area. I think it's called the Pontic Steppe. Kingdom of Armenia. The Kingdom of Cyprus, which is one settlement, and obviously isn't going to be very powerful, I'd imagine. It's only got, what's that, 9,000 people? So 5,000 soldiers, so not much. Principality of Antioch and the Kingdom of Jerusalem, which don't actually control Jerusalem. I think Jerusalem's what? Here, I think? Or here, I'm not quite sure. I think maybe it's somewhere around here. I think, maybe. Oh, there it is. Jerusalem. Yeah, that's Jerusalem. Okay. The Zengid Sultanate, the Kingdom of Georgia as well. They're quite big. Now, I will state that it could be for playing. If you want me to, if you request me to leave the save in the description, there is a bunch of mods I have on for this. So I wouldn't recommend playing it because obviously it's not really for playing. I don't know how it's going to react with playing. We'll find it in the time lapse, but I wouldn't say it's for playing, really. I mean, you can certainly. I mean, if you really request, if you want me to leave the save in the description, I'm not going to leave it in there. Message me on Discord. Just join my Discord server in the description and send me a message. I'll be at the top of my list for when it comes to the Discord server. Just go join the server, and you'll find you'll find the Frozen Stag, my Discord profile, and just click on there. Send me a message and ask me for the save, and I'll just send you the save from the EU files. Because if I have to leave it in the description, I'd rather not leave it in the description anyway, because people might not even want it, and I'm just wasting my time. So I'd rather just you guys send me a message if you want me to leave you the save, and I'll just send it to you, which is a hell of a lot easier than me just having to bloody well make a media file link and then link it in the description. Like what 20% of people actually want it. So yeah, the Kingdom of Georgia, and yeah, that's essentially it. That's quick. Obviously, for ones where I do say Kaiserreich or a bigger like Era's Total Conquest map or something. Now, I do like to want to specialize in doing Medieval 2 mods, Medieval 2 games, and all that as well. Rise of Three Kingdoms, that's got a big map as well. With Medieval 2 in question, now there's a limit, and I've got a mod actually that increases this limit. And the limit originally is 32, but I've got a 100 limit of custom nations. So essentially the limit for custom nations of how many you can add in is 100. So, which is why another reason why I'm not putting in the puppet states, because it takes up space, and the less nations you have, the better. It's a bit of it's one of those bullshit limits to stuff, and it just sucks. But it's just one of those things you just have to get on with. But I've got it so it expands it to 100. So I can put in up to 100 custom nations, but I can't put any more in. So yeah. So I would love to do some Medieval 2 like Divide and Conquer ones for time lapses. I can do the custom nations, no problem. But the problem with the rebels, because there's a massive rebel faction I might have to make up my own little factions for them to just put them in, because obviously I won't be able to fit them into the campaign. Because there's two ways I could go about it. I could make some one province nations, which would eventually go over the limit of 100, and so I'd have to redo it. Actually, there's 3 scenarios. There's one other scenario I could just leave it blank, so you'd have like uncolonized land. But I don't really want to do that because that sort of stops nations getting to each other, then they just don't attack each other for ages, because they will have to colonize the region. That takes a while. Yeah, so it's like it takes a whole year to send the colonists, and that's going to take for like, say if I didn't left Merc with blank or something, you take absolutely, and the time lapse will go on forever. So I'd rather, and the other solution is I can make it one giant rebel faction, which for a time lapse would be completely unbalanced, because the rebel faction won't work when it comes to like a time lapse, because there's a chance of the rebels actually killing everyone else because they'd be so big. Obviously the empire could fracture and completely fall apart, but it's a problem. So what I will have to do for Divide and Conquer and Question, or just a Medieval Sailing Still one, I had to make my own little factions, and obviously I explain it all as we go. We show off the religions. Trade, I don't think really changes much. I don't know. Religion's probably the only thing that's different. Obviously, Catholic, as you might imagine, is the dominant place, as you can see, in Europe completely. Obviously, Orthodox is around Greece and Georgia and all that. The Romuva faith around here for Lithuania. You got this Summit Suban faith. So yeah, I haven't seen that. That's new. I haven't seen that before. Got the shows the seats of Cardinal. Okay, I haven't played EU4 in ages actually. Or I haven't even like played anything with it. The Tengri, as you can see, the faith of the Mongols has all of that, which is the name of a player in my hot seat community who actually left. He's someone who actually cheated and did a lot of big exploits and cheating. So he's gone and won't be coming back, I don't think. Now, is Shia faith. This faith is new. Got the Karaji faith, which is part of Islam, I think. Got the Mithraizite, which is like some other faith, some African faith, I believe, other than fetishist. What, I'm not sure. Shia faith down here. Orthodox faith is over here and in Cyprus. Jerusalem is Catholic. And you got Sunni, which is like the main Muslim place. Shia is very hardly there, really. So yes. Now that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. Apologies again if it's been fucking 30 minutes of me just talking about this. Good God. Let's hope we can reduce the custom nation bit. Again, I will leave in the description well, not time lapses, but what I don't even know what the name of it really is. It's just fuck me, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's just called, I have no idea. I keep forgetting the stupidest things sometimes. Which is like the numbers, like, you know how you have like I don't know how I'm explaining this. This is ridiculous. But I have like, oh no, timestamps. That's the fucking word I'm looking for. Fucking hell. The timestamps is something I'm going to put. So I'm going to put a time lapse, which will take you to the beginning of the actual timestamp. That will bring you to the beginning of the time lapse. So you'll be able to watch the time lapse, and if you want to see the epilogue bit afterwards, then you can click on the epilogue. You click on the timestamp, and it will take you straight to the epilogue. So that's how that's gonna work. Fucking hell. I need a drink. That's what I need. Anyway. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Apologies if it's gone on a little bit longer than anticipated, but this probably one has gone a bit longer considering I've had to explain this a bit more. In future custom nations and all that, you won't have to read this. Won't have to. These epilogue things will be a bit shorter. Obviously, this is the first time doing it in about 3 years, and I hope it's something we continue on. And obviously, I'll be doing Hoi 4 time lapses as well. I've got a few. I think Road to 56 is the most suggested one for me to do. So we'll do some Hoi 4 stuff as well. How I like to do it, I like to do a custom nation video, and then the week later, I do the time lapse of the custom nation in question, and so on. And it does depend really, because I usually leave the time lapse going on the Saturday night or Friday night when I'm usually downstairs watching film or watching TV and all that and drinking, etc. I'd rather so that's a good chance to leave the time lapse going. Now, depending on because I've only focused on the European region, so the time lapse will just be focused probably like this, maybe something like that. So you only see what's going on over in this general area. In the epilogue, I'll keep you updated if anything happens over in America or South America or Africa or India or China, etc., or Australia. So I'll keep you updated on that. But yes, that is it for this time lapse. Again, hope you've enjoyed. Not time lapse. I keep getting them mixed up. The same thing, but I guess yeah. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed. Hope you've managed to make it this way into the video. Sorry if I've been talking too much, but yeah, whatever. I'm never gonna stop. So thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know some suggestions in the comments. Or tell you what, I'm going to mention something before this ends, and it's something that I want people to know. If people are going to ask me if people are going to suggest me something, I want you to do it on my server here in this channel, which is you'll find in my YouTube channel category under the upload schedule and invite upload suggestions. So as you can see, I've had quite a few suggestions. Not that many. Only like I had some CS:GO ones and Hoi 4. A hot seat thing and epilogue thing, and the Rome 2. Again, that's one. But yeah, so if you're gonna suggest me something, please don't leave me in the comments. If you do leave it in the comments, there's a good chance I'm probably gonna forget about it. Because if it's in the upload suggestion, I don't get many of them anyway, so I'm more likely to see them. And obviously, it's with comments. I have to go through I can go for the comment section, but it's a lot easier if you send it to the upload suggestions, and that way I can see it rather than just having to look through a comment for some random guy that sent me a message saying play as this faction. Or it's a good chance I'll forget. So please do send me suggestions here. It can be anything. I don't care. Suggestions for whatever, videos, uploads, time lapses, factions, mods you want me to cover. It can be anything. But anyway. Again, that is it for this video. Again, I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you later.